apparently he won't be here because she won't be here. And
Yeah.
she's not coming now because he won't show up anyway on short notice.
Let me get one more sign to balance that thing out.
Yeah. Yeah.
Need a hug person.
Yes.
There he is. Hey, hey.
We can do this in a little while, but I want to take like some of this.
Stop.
Okay.
Okay.
I was like, I kept hearing these stories, Bill. It was like, ain't that bad?
My oldest daughter slept. This one don't want it.
No?
Well, she does, but she's got her schedule.
Yeah.
She sleeps all day and stays awake.
There's that bookshelf in there that has all your different books on there.
We're trying to fix it.
That's it.
I'm going to balance it out.
Okay. I also have, I just got today in the mail a CD of our whole last class's guy with a Nikon camera, digital camera, took a ton of pictures.
Okay, that's good.
And so they're going to you. Look how I did this, that's kind of cool. That's
Yeah.
on the CD, I've never seen that before.
Uh-huh.
Printed on the CD. That's me, so.
Cool.
And he took it. I haven't even looked at him, but
All right.
I'll give you a copy of the whole thing. And I have more videos, and I have those audio, the testimonials I told you about. They're on
Testimonials, okay.
YouTube.
Do you have a full quality version of them, or are they just on YouTube? That's the only one you got.
No, I have MPEGs
Okay.
of them. Well, they're on. That's what's on YouTube. So you download
Yeah.
them, and there you go. If you want, or I mean, I can send them to you. You have email?
Yeah.
Okay. It's a good one.
All right. Cool, Matt. That'd probably make it a little bit more realistic. Be like you guys are carrying on a conversation.
Yeah, doing something. Have some.
Okay.
We were sitting
Okay.
talking about something important.
Okay.
Did you know about the care and feeding of bullies?
No, I didn't.
No, I didn't either. So, we'll look at that for a second.
Okay.
Actually, our last class, it happened today. You remember? Do you know Sue Roth?
Mm-hmm.
Well, she got today. I got this CD in the mail of they brought a beautiful camera to the last class and took a ton of pictures. And
Oh,
look
okay.
at today, look at this.
Ooh,
That's
wow.
on the CD. It's not a piece of paper.
Really?
Yeah,
That's
isn't that
too
cool?
awesome. Yes. That's great.
So
Well, that's
see, I
your
haven't
work,
even-
guys.
Amazing.
Do you remember last class, Jane and Sue Rock were taking pictures with that Nikon camera?
I don't. Oh, special?
It's not a piece of paper. You can now print on your CD.
Yeah.
All right. Do you want to do your thing?
Okay.
Okay. He's gonna do some lecture, John.
Okay.
And if you could just, and this one, we would like his voice. Does he need a mic or anything, or?
No, this is plenty.
Okay. I'm going.
Anytime you're ready.
Okay. One of the things you're going to learn about in this workshop this weekend is that nobody can make you angry. Nobody, not your wife, not your children, nobody can ever make you angry. Isn't that wonderful? Oh, you don't believe that? Well, this is why you go to the workshop. We find things and information that can change our lives. If your wife can make you angry, if your husband can make you angry, then who's got the power? Who gets to be the victim? You do. So, let's see if I can prove that. One of the things we tell people is that you do not react to people, to events, or to words. You react to what they mean to you. And you put the meanings. I love doing this with teachers because teachers believe they can find the meaning of a word in the dictionary. You say to the teacher, "What does this word mean?" And the teacher says, "Look it up in the dictionary." Say this is the first time you came in. You come in, you sit down in the workshop, nobody said a word to you, you haven't said a word, and suddenly I come up to you and I say, "You need a good counselor?" What do you hear me saying? What did I just tell you? Did you hear that something's wrong with you? Look up those words in the dictionary. You need a good counselor. Does any of that say that you have a problem or something's wrong with you? No. Did I say there was something wrong with you? No. So where did that idea or thought come from? I didn't say it. The dictionary doesn't say it. It had to come out of your mind. You thought it. You created that. And now you're mad at me because you heard me saying that you had a problem. And you hadn't even said a word. But since this is the first time we've ever seen each other, maybe I'm saying to you, I am a good counselor. I want to be your friend. You need a good counselor? Same words, same tone. I can use the same tone of voice. You need a good counselor? What meaning do you want to put to it? You see, going back to here, we do not react to people, to events, or to words. You put a meaning to it. And as soon as you put a meaning to it, that will create your feeling. Now, if you hear me saying, I want to be your friend, then you're going to put a different meaning to it. You're going to have a whole different view of it. And you go, oh, that's neat. I got a friend here. Or maybe I'm saying to you, I'm crazier than a loon. You need a good counselor. You see, words have no meaning. Only people have meanings. And we keep these meanings inside, and they can create all sorts of problems for us. You have a belief you shouldn't hurt people. Anybody got that belief? You shouldn't hurt people? Yeah, got that one. Do you have a belief? Do you want open, honest relationships? Absolute contradiction. No wonder we're going nuts. On one side of your brain, you have a belief that you want open, honest relationships. On the other side, you have a contradictory belief. You don't want to hurt people. Now, my favorite quote goes this way. Most of us believe that others will not tolerate such emotional honesty in communications. We'd rather defend our dishonesty on the grounds it might hurt others. And after we rationalize our phoniness into nobility, we settle for superficial relationships. Is that what you're doing? Well, here's a weekend. Let me give you one other way to use this model here, because this is the model we're going to be using this weekend. You ever seen a picture of the brain? Nod your head, yeah. Yes. Good. You got a picture of the brain, right? Down the middle. You got a left side and a right side. The left side of your brain is very logical and rational. Very logical. That's where you use your language, that's where you tie your shoes, that's where you do your arithmetic on, the left side. Now the right side is completely different. There's no logic on the right side. It's a picture album. It's a picture album right here on the right side. And here's the thing, that what happens with pictures, they just are pictures. And your right side of your brain does not know the difference between what is real and what you're seeing in the right side of your brain, the picture. That's what nightmares are about. You wake up and your heart's beating because you've been writing a picture on the right side of your brain. And it's going, ah. Now, this is what we call flashbacks. People who've been molested, people who've been in war, people who've had all sorts of trauma in their life, they have pictures, snapshots. And when those pictures come up, there's an instant reaction in your body. And your heart starts pounding. And you have a flashback. Most of the people here will have some kind of picture, an unpleasant picture perhaps, that is giving you problems. Well, how do you change that? Again, this weekend, you got a wonderful opportunity to work on changing the picture. So, 2 parts this weekend. One is to change the belief, meaning the logical left side, so they match. You don't get this contradiction. The other side is to work on the pictures, the flashbacks that you're having. Now, once you have a flashback, you can't just talk yourself out of it. Sometimes you go to a therapist and they say, well, you know that's not real. That, that happened years and years ago. That shouldn't affect you now. Thanks, but I'm still feeling it. I still got it. I still get all choked up. So I need to have some way to change it. This is what the weekend is about. And I hope you enjoy and remember, very important thing, very psychological. Remember the turtle. He only makes progress when he sticks his neck out. So if you want to make change this weekend, if you want your life to be different, this is the place to be. Even though it can be scary, looking at those pictures can be scary because they seem almost real. Some of the beliefs, the communication skills, this is what we're going to be looking at this weekend. You ready for a great weekend?
Yes.
All right. What you're going to learn this weekend is that you cannot not be powerful. You are powerful. You are absolutely, totally powerful to change yourself. You are absolutely, totally powerless to change somebody else. So as long as you're blaming others, he did that, she did this, you make yourself into the victim and you make yourself powerless. You change yourself. So one of the things we're going to be looking at is how to empower you to be the most powerful person in the world. That doesn't mean you're going to change your to move also. You get the opportunity to change you and thereby change your whole world and what's happening to it and to you. Empowering yourself and those around you. Often when I ask people, what is the purpose of a woman? Or what is the purpose of a man? I get all sorts of things, but often it has to do with taking care of, rescuing, nurturing, and doing all this stuff. No, can I offer to you another purpose for what a man is and what a woman is? Instead of trying to rescue and take care of everybody, because that gets to be a burden after a while, doesn't it? You get tired of doing it. When they're little tiny, it's okay. But when they get big, we don't want to rescue anymore. Rescuing is not helpful. May I suggest to you that the purpose of a woman could be, if you choose it this weekend, to empower yourself and then to 8 more hours to go.
Oh, wait.
The whole idea of empowering yourself and empowering the ones you love. For men, I would say the same thing. The purpose of a man is to empower yourself and then empower the ones you love. But it has to start by empowering yourself. If you don't empower you, you're not going to empower anybody else. Now, empowerment has several aspects to it. One is that you have to know that you're capable. I am capable. I am capable of doing what I need to do to survive, to take care of myself. And then my job as a parent is to teach my children that they're capable, that they can do it. We don't want to have our children at home when they're 43 years old. We want them to be capable and be out on their own. And a lot of us become dependent. Some people become dependent on gangs. Other people become dependent on welfare, on husbands, on wives. You become dependent. Once you become dependent, then you have become the victim. You think about, if you want to be a rescuer and take care of people, which is not empowering. If you want to rescue people and take care of them, plan on being a victim. Sooner or later, you will be the victim. You can only do it for so long, and then you become the victim. One of the things that we'll be looking at is some exercises. We're going to do some things to get energized. You're not going to be sitting there all weekend going, and listening to me or somebody else talking. You're going to be involved in making things happen. You're going to be involved in exercises, and you have a chance to get angry. Wait a minute, isn't anger bad? Isn't anger a bad thing? No. Absolutely, anger is not a bad thing. It's what you do with anger that gets you in trouble. Nobody's ever gone to jail for being angry. It's how you did your anger. If you punch somebody in the nose, that's not the anger. That's what you did with it. One of the wonderful things here is that you can be as angry as you want, and we're going to teach you safe ways of being angry. Now, this is not new. This is not new. In fact, if you want to go back 2,000 years ago, what it says 2,000 years ago is be angry and sin not. Don't let the sun go down upon your anger, because if you do, you're going to give the devil an opportunity to work in your life. Got depression? Anybody ever have depression? Well, depression is a chemical imbalance. Isn't that what you were told?
Situated? Situated? Okay.
Ready? Okay.
All right, Matt. Anytime, bud.
All right. Okay, we were talking about the 4 steps to learning, and this has to do with learning emotional tools, and it also has to do with just learning anything. Step 1 is where you're unconsciously incompetent, which means you don't know that you don't know. You have no idea what's going on. You don't even know that you don't know. Okay, there's things out there, worlds of information that you don't know about. What happens in step 2, an important step, is that you find out consciously that you don't know. You become consciously incompetent. You find out that you don't know. Now that's real tempting sometimes to beat yourself up and go, oh, why don't I know that? Why didn't I realize that years ago? I've been doing the same thing for 40 years or whatever. And it's sometimes tempting to beat ourselves up, but it's not productive. It doesn't help. What is more productive is to have an attitude of, oh, look, I found out something that I could do different, and so now I can find out how to do it different, better, correctly, whatever the word is. Step 3, you find out the better ways to do it. You become consciously competent. Okay? Here you didn't know how to do things. Here you find out how to do things better. You learn, you take classes, you talk to people, you go to therapy, you talk to your friends, however you need to find out, but you learn how to do things differently, better. Okay? Eventually you can go to step 4, more advanced skills, and when you can unconsciously do it the correct way and become unconsciously competent.
I'm stuck between 1 and 2 still.
Okay. Good question. Get through fear by doing what we're afraid to do.
All right, we're filming.
Okay, some other really important things about the steps to learning also are what Doc referred to a little earlier about our left logical brain and our right brain that holds all the pictures. The more we become conscious of the pictures that are in there and start dealing with the feelings that got the pictures created in the first place, the more free you become to change things. So that when we're saying you get to this unconsciously competent stage, it's because we've really got in there and consciously dealt with the pictures and all the feelings attached to them that are around them, so that we actually can change behavior without having to do a lot of heavy-duty behavior modification. And you know, when you start changing these pictures, it changes the behaviors because your meanings change, your beliefs change. So this is really, really important that you really start to correlate what is directing some of my behavior. If I'm not getting the results I want to get, there's probably a picture. There's something in here that I'm probably not conscious of at this point in time, that I need to do some work. I need to get a little bit of help with that and become consciously aware of it. And then really start working with the feelings so I become competent, so I can get the changes I want. Till in many, many areas of our life, we're doing it unconsciously and it becomes easy. And we feel some peace and we feel happiness and we're getting the results we want. We have the relationships we want. We're getting the results we want. We're creating the life we want to live.
Yeah, that was
Are you happy?
very good.
So you have any more things to add on that, Matt? You want to go to the signs?
Huh?
You want
Not
to?
too fast.
No, I'm working about this. Okay, the important thing.
Don't be sweating. You know,
Yeah, so
it's not that big of a camera.
yeah. We're dealing with feelings here, right? Well, in step 1, we have no idea what our feelings are. In step 2, we find out that we have a lot of feelings going on inside of us, but they are from our childhood and they end up being stuck inside of our bodies and become habits, and they become beliefs as a child that we relive over and over and over again. And so what happens as we go through these steps is that as we find out what's not going well and we try to do it another way, a different way, all this creates feelings that inside of us that need to be dealt with, and sometimes they're very strong feelings. So that's why we do this process in the group, so that we have the support and the help that we need to get through our feelings, because sometimes they are strong. Some of the things that we're dealing with are, like I say, it ain't always fun, but it's got to be done. Your feelings come up, and we have to deal with them to move forward.
K.
K-A-E.
Oh, we're done with this then, right?
Yeah.
Oh, sure, racist.
It was wonderful.
You can do it again tomorrow.
Yeah.
Saturday. Okay, Andrew?
Oh, sure.
Okay. Did you write it?
It was fantastic.
Now I know it's gonna be word work.
I think this,
Okay,
get this into
yeah.
the,
Look like I'm talking to you
we
still.
encourage you, that we encourage you to let your feelings flow. That feelings aren't good or bad, they just are. And the longer we try and stuff a feeling or deny a feeling, the more stuck it's gonna get. So if you're feeling grief, pay attention to it. If you're feeling anger, pay attention to that. Acknowledge your feelings. They aren't good or bad, they're giving you a lot of really good information. And if you're saying, no, I'm angry, but I'm not gonna be angry, then you're not gonna solve the issue. You're not gonna get through it. You need to acknowledge these feelings. They are informational. They give you a lot of information. They tell you what's going on and what you need to pay attention to.
Is it productive or efficient or effective?
Okay, you're working on that emotional junk. Oh, I need to pick up this wounded bird and I need to take care of him, or whatever is going on for you. You cannot make a logical decision if you're not aware of what's going on for you emotionally.
1, 2, 3, yeah.
That's my 2 cents.
Mm-hmm.
Knowing and being able to identify, we work on this chart over here about being able to understand that this is anger, this is sadness, this is fear inside of me. Another very powerful factor is to be able to separate those and